not a pretty sight for any football fan to watch his team play 12 draws in a league in one season. Yes, I'm about to talk of our last game, which was against Stoke City, and we drew it nil-nil at Anfield. I know some section of fans do think that we haven't improved in terms of draws because if you look at our last season, we drew same number of games as we have in this one. But that's not true. Uh, if you talk about this season, we have really improved in terms of breaking sides who sit down deep and try to attack us on counter. We have really won. We have won quite a few number of games this season against those sides. And yes, I will tell you one amazing fact that one not amazing but a really sad fact that half of our 12 drawn games, we have lost the points there due to poor refereeing, where we could have got 10 to 12 points. Yes, I would mention our first game, which was against Watford, the first league game for us. It was on the uh, opening day, or 2 days after the first game of the league started in this season. As for Watford game, we were winning it 3-2, but in the injury time, the offside goal by Watford player was, was given as a goal, and we drew 2 points there. Moving further ahead, it was our match against Everton, where, if you remember, Dejan Lovren just touched the Everton player, and a penalty was awarded to Everton. There also we lost 2 points, where we were winning the game later on. And after that Everton game, we had West Brom game where Dominic Solanke's goal was given handball, where it was clearly visible that player didn't touch the ball intentionally, and it could have been a goal for us. Moving further forward, our game against Tottenham, everyone knows what happened there. Harry Kane was given penalty. Not exactly Harry Kane, it was Lamela, uh, where the tackle inside the penalty box was given as a foul by Virgil van Dijk, and Tottenham got a point there at Anfield. That was our fourth game where poor refereeing costed us the points. And talking about this Stoke City game, here also there were decisions, I would say. One was of penalty, which hit the hand of Peters, which should have been rewarded. If you look at the replays, the ball is directly hitting to his hand, and I don't know how referee missed that. It was really a clear-cut penalty for us. On second occasion in the Stoke City game, there was the chance which happened previously in the first half, the chance of Danny Ings, where referee judged him offside. It was very marginal, and most of the times players do get away with it. But this time it didn't happen, and we again should have won this game. But we only have to settle for 1 point here. So yeah, as you can see, we lost 10 points so far through poor mistakes of referees, where we could have been on 82 with on second position with 82 points. We are right now at third, and maybe we can slip to fourth if Tottenham win their match against Watford. uh, that is in coming 1 day time. It's not really great feeling when referees do such mistakes. We can only hope that next season there's introduction of VAR system in Premier League, because that's the only way a game will going to be moving in a fair direction. Otherwise, English referees are so prone to mistakes that even FIFA haven't selected them for World Cup. There's no, yes, it's true, no English referees going to Russia for officiating the game there. And that doesn't look really pretty when even FIFA knows that English referees are prone to mistakes. Now talking about our performance in the game, by our standards, it wasn't a great performance. It was just an average display. Yes, three players played well in the game. One of them was Virgil van Dijk at centre back, Jorginho Wijnaldum in midfield, and Dannings had a perfect day. He really created. He really was in the game, and he was the best out of all the players. In my opinion, first half itself, there were so many chances which came our way. One of them was a chance with Mohamed Salah where he could have chipped over Butland, but he didn't do that. He somehow misplaced the ball, and there we could have got our opening goal and should have put on pressure on Stoke City. On another occasion, there was a chance with Salah when Butland came out of his was running out of towards the edge of his box to keep the hold of the ball, but he couldn't, and it was well defended by Peters, who fouled Salah to give Liverpool a free kick. But that was a chance where we could have got our first goal. On third occasion, it was well, I've already mentioned about it, that Danny Ings offside. It could have been our first goal, but in ref's opinion, it was offside. So we can't really complain about that. And throughout the first half, we were just playing an average game. There was some intensity from Nathaniel Klein, who really looked pretty, and but from overall from a squad's point of view, the 11 players who were in the field, they didn't look organized, to be honest. And I think we could have, instead of playing Trent Arnold in the midfield, we could have given chance to Ben Woodburn instead of him, and could have rested Trent Arnold. Uh, if not resting for the whole game, we could have placed him uh, on the bench, where if we needed him, he could have came in the later stages of the game. So it wasn't an organized way. Yes, we were trying, and we tried to get our first goal throughout the game and the first half, but it didn't work out well. Moving into our second half performance, there also we expected that team will really put on a great display, but it was introduction of James Miller who created chances for us, and it looked like we can get a goal, but again nothing special happened. Yes, you can say that Mohamed Salah didn't had a great game, but I think we shouldn't be complaining because he has won us so many games, and it can happen with any player that he can go out of color in one game, uh, out of so many where he has performed. So we can't really complain about the performance of Salah. Yes, I think we did miss Sadio Mane's presence in the front three, but you can't really you can't take it as an excuse, because you needed to have that kind of depth and quality in your squad to put on a performance when injuries come or players are out due to some reason. That's what our performance displayed to us, that you need to have such quality in your squad to get you the results in such games. True that Dannings doesn't have a pace that Sadio Mane has got, but despite of that, if we could have performed with a better coordination between our forwards and midfield, we could have got 3 points, which we have been wanting from this game. Yes, Stoke City played a better game as compared to many other teams who just fear to attack us. They did attack us in the first half, and maybe they could have got a goal. In the second half, we really created so many chances, but none of them was on point. And despite 80% possession in this going on in the second half, it really didn't work out well for us, which only tells us and exposes us to the truth that we need to have fit players in our squad, those who don't get injured too often. I'm talking about players like Adam Lallana and Daniel Sturridge. We really need to get rid of such players, because if you are to thinking about going for a league title, you do need fit players in your squad. Without that, there's no point to imagine that you are to win a league title, or you are to win any silverware for with your squad. Yes, it's unfortunate that players like Amr Chan and uh, recently Oxlade Chamberlain got injured, and that can happen with any team. But you do need, and sometimes it's not. It's very unlucky that team suffers so many injuries like we have right now. We don't even have the first team midfielders to for extra first team midfielders. I mean to say, because in our system we play three midfielders, and right now we only have three first team midfielders to be sitting to be uh, sitting for availability for playing in a game. And it was and it was for this, if we talk about the Stoke City game, it was really necessary for us to give a rest to one of the midfielders, as just in 3 days time we will be traveling away to play Roma, and that's what Klopp did. But going forward, after despite playing a draw in this game, we think for the I think for the next season we really need to do focus on having a squad depth, and maybe signing two extra players apart from Naby Keita. So yeah, that's all for analysis of that game. We didn't do anything special to talk about apart from what I've already said. But yeah, you can let know what should be our target players for the next season, especially for the midfield where we are struggling. And last season also we had some injuries at the crucial time. So you can let me know about those players which are your which are in your mind about signing for the next season. To me, I think we should sign Jorginho and player like Max Mayer, who is available, as recently been mentioned by uh, Schalke's manager or some technical director. Uh, so yeah, let me know what do you think about that, and I will catch you soon in the next one. Hope you have a great time until then.